There we go. We're going to get started with Regional Transportation Commission.
Thank you,
Ms. Mayor.
Chairman and members of the Commission. The first item on your agenda is to conduct your first citizens participation period.
All right, and before we get started, I'll just note that Commissioner Segerbloom is excused and Councilman Wanless is on the phone. With that, this is the first time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to provide public comment with regards to an item on today's agenda before the RTC, please step forward to the microphone, state your name, spell your last name for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Marcus Olich, and I'm a paratransit rider. The buses are doing a good job, and I really enjoy riding them. They impact my life very well. They take me to work, church, and all my activities, and you guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Olich. We appreciate that. Anyone else wishing to provide public comment? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the first public comment period, and I'll turn it back over to Ms. Maynard.
Thanks, Chairman. The next item on the agenda is to approve your agenda. It's in order and ready for your approval.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Motion to approve. There's a motion on the floor to approve the agenda. All those in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Chairman, the next item is to receive the CEO report. And first, we would like to honor, let me get this going here. Great. We would like to honor Silver State Transportation Bus Stop Porter Patrick Fletcher. To present this item, we have a video from Alan Hayes. He is the Senior Director of Facilities and Transit Amenities.
Thank you, MJ. Today, it is my privilege to highlight an exceptional employee with Silver State Transportation. Patrick Fletcher embodies the spirit of service and compassion in a way that truly sets him apart. Patrick goes above and beyond by packing his cooler full of ice and water bottles to distribute to those in need while he is out at bus stops throughout the valley. He is also a passionate advocate about the work he does, keeping stops clean and well-maintained. Patrick takes the time to inform individuals about the RTC and provides them with information on opportunities at Silver State. His efforts had led to several individuals visiting Silver State's office to apply for employment, and a number of them have successfully been hired. He is a team player and a beacon of positivity within his organization. Let's surprise him with the Crystal Bus Award. Patrick Fletcher.
How you doing?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Alan Hayes, and I am with the RTC, and I am here on behalf of our board and CEO, MJ Maynard, and I'm here to present you today with our Crystal Bus Award. This is for your outstanding service in the field and your connectivity with the people. We just wanted to say thank you so very much for all that you do.
Appreciate it.
I'm just want to thank RTC, appreciate RTC and Silver State for giving me this opportunity. It's a good company to work for. Thank you so much.
I see Patrick back up there in the. Go ahead and stand up. Thank you for service. Come on up, we're gonna take a picture.
Patrick is exceptional. It's a very difficult job, keeping 3,700 stops clean, shelters clean, especially in this heat. And it's a pleasure to have somebody like Patrick on the Silver State team. Patrick, go right behind. What?
Come on,
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Palo Verde, awesome. Okay. And next, we are proud to highlight the exceptional efforts of Transdev operator Deshaun Ragsdale. To present this recognition, we have a video from Sabrina Glenn. She's our Senior Director of Transit Services. So here we go.
Thank you, MJ. Today, I have the honor of recognizing an exceptional individual whose quick thinking and bravery exemplifies RTC's values. Deshaun Ragsdale has been a dedicated operator for Transdev since September of last year. In that short amount of time, he's already made an incredible impact. During a recent lunch break, one of his colleagues began choking. Without hesitation, Deshaun stepped forward and calmly took control of the situation. And within moments, he successfully cleared his airway, saving his colleague's life in the process. Deshaun has helped in de-escalating challenging situations with riders. He was able to effectively communicate with an angry rider who was trying to exit the wrong direction. He de-escalated the situation while supporting the operations for other riders. Deshaun's ability to handle both medical emergencies and customer interactions with calmness and professionalism embodies the spirit of service and dedication that we uphold here at the RTC. Now let's go surprise Deshaun. Deshaun, how are you? On behalf of MJ Maynard and the Board of Commissioners, I want to just thank you so much for all you do here for the RTC, but specifically your efforts a couple weeks ago to save a coworker from choking, and all the things. I've heard great stories about your ability to de-escalate passengers on the bus. So on behalf of everyone, just thank you so much for all you do for us.
I want to thank all the supervisors. I really want to thank everybody in upper management for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your company, man. I want to grow within the company, and I'm going to keep on shining the way I shine. That's it.
Is Deshaun here? I see him up there. All right, well, let's give him a round of applause. I don't think he's here, but let's give him a round of applause.
Great. So this month, we commemorate the 34th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, a pivotal moment in history that transformed the lives of millions, as well as the 30th anniversary of RTC, paratransit service. We're proud to be part of this journey, providing inclusive and accessible paratransit services to our valued customers. Today, we are privileged to hear from Marcus Ullage, who we just spoke earlier. His insights shed light on how paratransit enhances accessibility and independence for individuals in our community. Marcus's advocacy highlights the importance of the inclusive transportation for all.
My name is Marcus Ullage. We are here at my place of employment, Progressive Choices. I am the hospitality supervisor. When paratransit first opened up, that was back in 85, I believe. RTC brings me to work and takes me home. Also, outside of here, I go to church, I play baseball, and I am very active in my community. It means a lot to my life. I have a great experience with it. Basically, paratransit is my way of transportation, because if I didn't have it, I couldn't go out in the community.
Thank you, Marcus, for sharing your story. We appreciate you.
Okay, Marcus, amazing. He's an amazing man. Okay, so about a month ago, I was asked, this is why I was not here at the last meeting, I was asked by the American Public Transportation Association to testify on behalf of the transit industry here in the United States and the impact that it has, and was in advance of the reauthorization effort that's ongoing right now. I testified before the Transportation and Infrastructure Subcommittee Highways and Transit, and was there for about 2.5 hours answering questions not only on behalf of the industry, but also had an opportunity to talk about what we do here in Las Vegas. And so I also was very privileged. Congresswoman Dina Titus is on this committee, had a chance also, she was able to talk about, again, Southern Nevada, the state of Nevada, and what we do. So it was again, the importance in our industry of talking about the value of transit, what it does for a community, that we're part of the economic ecosystem, and that funding at the federal, state, and local level continues to be very, very important. So it was an honor to represent the transit industry here in the United States. And then the next item is our monthly update on transit ridership. As a reminder, based on the time of the data, we're usually always about 30 days behind. So this slide provides a year-over-year comparison during the month of May for on-demand strip and residential services. So you can see the residential bar, the large bar, there's a 6.4% increase in ridership. The strip, it was nice to see, we had an increase as well of 3.8%. And then our on-demand service, that's the service we provide in the southwest part of the valley. We continue to see that service grow. We had a 6% increase in services there. And so let me talk a little bit about the strip. Again, this is really based on the ridership on what's happening in Las Vegas, how many conventions are in town, concerts, sporting events, et cetera. But we did see, again, an increase in the Deuce ridership. It's not where it was pre-pandemic, but again, it was nice to see a year-over-year growth. And for the next item, I'm going to ask our Deputy CEO, David Swallow. He's going to provide you with an update on the progress of our roadway funding, including fuel tax and sales tax. Dave.
Thank you, MJ. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. David Swallow, Deputy CEO for the record, here to provide the quarterly report for the fourth quarter of FY24. As you can see here, the RTC and thanks to the local jurisdictions and industry have been able to start nearly 666 projects since FRI was initiated in 2014. Of which 436 of these have been completed, with another 111 in design and 119 under construction. Looking at the total dollars that have been allocated, we've obligated over $2.7 billion in contracts with the local jurisdictions, with $2.3 billion of that coming from fuel taxes and nearly $400 million in sales tax. When you look at the total dollars under contract, as I mentioned, over $2.7 billion has been awarded to date. With that, we have total expenses of about $2 billion of actual invoices being paid. More importantly, since FRI was initiated, we've estimated the number of direct, indirect, and induced jobs, and that is totaling over 18,000, nearly 19,000 jobs that have been created or sustained since the program started. Most important, I think, for everyone else is to really understand what's going on out there. There's a lot of construction on a number of roadways throughout the valley. Not only roadway construction, but utilities, private development, a number of other things are underway. And RTC works with the local jurisdictions, the utility companies, and others to try to understand where that construction is occurring. And we provide it on a detailed map that's available on our website at seeingorangeenv.com. As always, if you're in an area where you see construction that is underway or should be underway, or you just want to know what's going on, feel free to call this number here, 702-928 CONE or 2663. So that's a number anybody can call us. We'll identify what the project is, the duration, and then the contact information for the jurisdiction that has the project underway. As we like to do each quarter, we want to talk about some of the projects that were recently completed And so here's some from our partner agencies that were done. First up is the City of Las Vegas with Casino Center Boulevard. This one went between Colorado and Wyoming, down near the Arts District. This project included comprehensive street improvements aimed to create a safe and more pleasant environment for everyone. Upgrades included on-street parking, improved lighting, new pavement, updated signs and striping. Additionally, the sidewalks were widened and curb extensions with trees to create a better pedestrian environment, safer for people walking around. This project cost nearly $10 million and was completed earlier this year. In the city of Henderson, I'd like to highlight Wigwam Parkway from Eastern Avenue to Business Center Street. This project included roadway rehabilitation, which involved removing and replacing the existing asphalt pavement, curbs, gutters, and sidewalks, as well as the ADA ramps. In addition, new signs were installed and along with fresh pavement markings. And it was coupled with a water project to make sure that, get all the construction done while you can and minimize disruption in the future. This project was just completed in June at a cost of $9.8 million. The next project I'd like to highlight is in Clark County. It's specifically Desert Inn Road from Nellis Boulevard to Blue Ash Lane. This project aimed to improve safety and update old utilities and communication systems. The upgrades included repaving the road, adding raised medians and left turn lanes at key intersections, improving drainage, adjusting utilities, upgrading streetlights, and installing new signage and striping. Also, they added buffered bike lanes and modified traffic signals, installing new fiber optic communications for our fast traffic management center to better communicate with the intersections out there. The project wrapped up in June at a cost of approximately $5 million. And in fabulous Boulder City, we have a project to highlight included reconstruction of existing asphalt pavement on 14 arterial streets throughout the city, in the Boulder City Golf Course neighborhood specifically. Project enhanced pedestrian safety and comfort in the community by upgrading sidewalks and ramps to meet ADA standards. You see the before and after there between the left and the right. It shows how it was reconstructed. The project wrapped up in June and cost nearly $3.3 million. These are just some of the highlighted projects. As you can see here, there's a number of other projects throughout the valley that were under construction in Clark County as well as Boulder City, but also in design. We have a project in Mesquite for emergency signals and roadway improvements on Mesquite Boulevard from Palm Street to Desert Drive. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and highlight one project from the city of Las Vegas. So I'll go ahead and play the video for you.
This was one of the city's largest projects ever, and this is one of our most important roadway corridors. Hi, my name is Gina Venglass. I'm the Assistant City Engineer at the City of Las Vegas Public Works Department. I'm here today to talk to you about the city's Las Vegas Boulevard roadway project. The city was very fortunate to be able to receive funding from the RTC. The infrastructure within the Las Vegas Boulevard corridor was very old and needed replaced. Major project goals for this enormous project within the city of Las Vegas included widening the sidewalk. In addition, we replaced the lighting, providing a much safer feel. 22 new traffic signals were installed as a part of this project. Aside from the utilities, we also needed to replace the pavement.
My name is Kristen Bartolo, and I own Dino's Lounge, actually the oldest bar in Las Vegas. We've been in this corridor for a long time. We've seen a lot of changes, and things are starting to look a lot better. A lot of that partially is due to the City of Las Vegas redevelopment of the street. Also, it's brought a lot of new businesses in that want to make things a lot nicer around here.
My name is Andrew Zimmerman, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. So with the results of the project, the sidewalks are wider, so that it allows for much more safety for people to pass by without having to walk into the street. Gina and the city were fantastic. They added beautiful new foliage in, and with the integration of the old historical signs, it really gave you a feel for natural beauty and the beauty of old Las Vegas.
The City of Las Vegas is very proud of this project, as this important corridor truly embodies Las Vegas's unique and iconic past, present, and future.
So congratulations to the city and shout out to Gina on a nice job on the video. With that, I'd like to move on to a quick presentation on our capital improvement program for fiscal year 25. As you can see here, this is the allocation of funding is done based on a formula of population and assessed taxable value. In a nutshell, you can see the percentage of distributions with 45% going to the largest area, which is Clark County, followed by the city of Las Vegas at 25%, Henderson at 15%, North Las Vegas at 11%, and Mesquite and Boulder City at nearly 2% each. The total resources that we're looking at for this 10-year program is about $1.9 billion, and you can see again, based on those percentages, how the funding is allocated over the next 10 years for each of the jurisdictions. More importantly, if you look at what that means in terms of projects, you can see here that we have 170 projects in design with your agencies programmed in, along with the red bars, and those are shown in blue. The red bars present the number of projects in active construction, which total 197. And finally, the purple bars represent the number of projects planned over the next 10 years. There are 321 of those for a total of 688 projects that are either underway or will be delivered soon, programmed through fiscal year 34. Looking at how these are broken down by really the region's goals, you can see here we have over $100 million towards enhancing mobility by improving transportation choices and facilitating multimodal connectivity, $241 million to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the transportation system and air quality by managing congestion, $971 million, or close to $1 billion, to increase safety for both motorized and non-motorized users, and finally, $563 million to maintain and improve the transportation system's infrastructure. With that, that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Paulo. Mayor?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we were very proud of that. It was, I think, the biggest project the city ever participated in. Wondering, is the BRT Maryland in that projection to begin in 25?
Yes.
And you might explain that. I don't know.
Happy to explain that. Thank you. We do have $125 million that is programmed for Maryland Parkway, specifically for the roadway improvements. If you recall, we were able to leverage that local funding to bring over $200 million in federal funding back here towards the project. And that is included in the capital improvement program.
And if I may continue, just then that would start up by UNLV, is that correct? Or is it further down Maryland?
So we have two different construction bids. One was awarded last month to Las Vegas Paving for the section within the city, so north of Sahara, all the way to through downtown and over to the medical district. And we have the southern portion, which is on your agenda today, for the county section south of Sahara down towards the university. The specific sequencing or phasing of construction is still being detailed out because we want to make sure that we want to get the project done as quickly as possible, but also try to minimize the disruption to the area. We plan to have construction start towards the end of the summer and be done by fall of 2026.
It'll go all the way to the airport. To the airport, ultimately. That's right. Awesome. I mean, long just waiting for that. Wonderful. Thank you.
Good. Councilman.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I absolutely loved it. Super proud of the city of Las Vegas. I don't know if the county of Las Vegas has come up with anything like that.
Ha, ha, ha.
No, with regards to the construction on Charleston, and this is mostly for my constituents, there's been an enormous amount of stuff going on in the medical district, and so if it's possible to get something that I can relay to my constituents around how the Maryland Parkway construction is going to impact the medical district going forward, I think that'll be useful because I got to figure out how to talk about it in terms of Charleston project is different than the BRT Maryland Parkway project, it doesn't always compute with people in the neighborhood that have to drive through that. So if you could help me with communicating that, I'd appreciate it.
Happy to, and it's worth noting also that the city of Las Vegas has already done a lot of work in the medical district, specifically on Shadow Lane, connecting between Charleston and Alta. We'll be going in as part of the Maryland Parkway project and as part of the GOMED project with new passenger shelter installations throughout the medical district and some roadway improvements, but happy to provide some detail on that. Please note that we will have a project, we have a project webpage, and we will be providing regular construction updates throughout construction, not just what's happening, but what's planned to occur, and then every week we're going to be updating it and providing info to the public.
And I have to figure out how to communicate that there's the RTC potential construction, then we're also replacing sewer along Rancho, and it doesn't always compute that there's multiple agencies doing different things. And so to the best of my ability, I got to figure out how to communicate why there's cones there.
Yeah, and also I'll reiterate, please remember our seeingorangenv.com website. It's a great tool for just visually looking at a map and understanding where construction is occurring. Clicking on each project, it'll show you the detail about the timelines.
Just to add to it, if I may, Mr. Chairman, to me, it's about the whole, the totality, and with the county hospital, UMC being the government hospital, really, the public hospital, people come in from around everywhere. And so the access to it, and that Maryland Parkway access, the BRT, I know we've been looking at it for so long, but whether patients or potential families that are needing medical care right now, access from all parts of the entire southern Nevada to UMC is critical. And with the work that you've already been doing, and that these dollars have been doing on Charleston, but to hook and to get all the way to the airport, critical. And certainly to the south, the southeast, southwest, all around town, the access is critical for medical care. Thank you.
Absolutely. Councilman Shaw?
First of all, you guys need to do a better job of naming your projects. You know, we're reimagining Boulder Highway. So I'm just wondering if Boulder Highway numbers are in your numbers.
Yes, they are. We do have $30 million that has been allocated towards what is already underway with Boulder Highway. And as a reminder, we also did get a federal grant this past year to look at how we extend the improvements that the city of Henderson is doing all the way north through the county and the city's jurisdiction and up to Charleston.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any other comments or questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. And that concludes the CEO report, and we move on to the next agenda item, which is to receive the Nevada Department of Transportation Director's Report. Today, Deputy Director Mario Gomez is here.
All right, Mr. Gomez.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to provide an update this morning. Mine is a very brief 2 slides update. So with that, I will get started. So we have the upcoming Pave-a-thon late July into early August as part of the I-15 Tropicana project. These closures are necessary for pavement rehabilitation activities on I-15 between Warm Springs and Flamingo Roads. Work also will consist of installing overhead signs or inactive traffic management gantries. The improvements are necessary and equipment is already stationed along the I-15 corridor. And so with that, for our closure schedule, northbound I-15 will be closed from Warm Springs Road to Flamingo Road from 9 p.m. on Friday, July 26th to 5 a.m. on Monday, July 29th. Northbound I-15 between Russell and Flamingo Roads will reopen by 5 a.m. on Sunday, July 28th. And then the southbound I-15 will be closed from Flamingo Road to Warm Springs Road from 9 p.m. on Friday, August 2nd to 5 a.m. on Monday, August 5th. ANDOT is collaborating with stakeholders to minimize the impact on businesses, their employees, and the tourists that are out here visiting us during that time frame. Drivers are encouraged to plan ahead and utilize the following communications tools to navigate to the Pave-a-thon event. ANDOT also encourages the use of the free app Waze, which can provide drivers with the fastest route to their destination. So ANDOT's free mobile app provides real-time updates on traffic restrictions and detours. So please search I-15 Trop in your app store. project website. If you choose to use the website, it's i15trop.com. And for social media, follow at i15trop on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for updates. And then our hotline, we have a number to call, which is 702-876-8767, which is also 702-876-TROP for information. And for any email inquiries, please reach us out at info@i15trop.com. And in summary, for this activity, we really value everyone's patience, and we certainly look forward to the final product on this project.
We just all want to say a tip of the hat to the naming of a pave-a-thon. It's a great name.
And so next is tomorrow is our July 12th is the final day to comment on our virtual public meeting for the next phase of the I-11 feasibility study. The web address is shown on the screen, and the study examines potential improvements to US 95 between Kyle Canyon and Mercury interchanges to bring it up to the interstate standards, essentially, now that we're converting US 95 to an interstate system. We've had a great turnout at our last in-person public meeting last month in Indian Springs, and our team is using feedback to develop recommendations and provide results this fall. And so we are expecting the next public outreach to come out sometime in early 2025. And with that concludes my update, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Director Gomez. Any comments or questions? Councilman?
Yeah, thank you very much. That was again, for everybody who drives up and down I-15, I think this is an important step moving forward to eventually anyhow, I'm really happy that it's happening. I think a lot of other people will. Going back to I-11, so do we have a scenario here in the future where after Mercury, we'll no longer have basically a really hazardous two-lane road between the two major cities here in Nevada? That's a widowmaker between 95 there after Mercury, where it goes down to 2 lanes, and you're advised to drive with your headlights on. You know, we're looking at a scenario where it'll be like a divided highway, maybe with 4 lanes.
So that's a little bit further down in our forecast to make it into a divided highway. But in the interim, though, we do have a couple special projects in place for that. We have, the one that you highlighted, the one with the headlights on. We're going to put more signage out there. And then also, we're looking at improving the amount of signage and then providing information to the motorists as to when the next passing opportunities will be. A lot of this also lies in driver behavior. They start driving for long periods of time and then maybe get frustrated with somebody who's driving a little bit slower than the posted speed or whatever the case may be, and then that causes people to make, at times, some errant decisions. But we're working with that. We do have a safety plan as well, that we've got a short-term and a long-term plan also in the interim before we make it into a 2-lane divided highway. So.
Very good. Anyone else? Seeing none, thank you very much, Director Gomez.
Thanks, Chairman. The next item on your agenda is to approve your consent agenda, which consists of items 5 through 42, can be taken in one motion.
All right, I'll entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion approved.
There's a motion to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, Chairman. Agenda item 43 is to receive legal information from our council. We have nothing to discuss this month, so we can move on to your last agenda item, which is to conduct your final citizens participation period.
Very good. This is a second time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to provide public comment with regards to any matters before the Regional Transportation Commission, please step forward to the microphone, state your name, and spell your last name for the record. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. We'll go to Ms. Jones first.
My name is Shelley, Shelley, Jones, Jones, and I really love the transportation, Silver Ride, Paratransit, RTC On Demand, U-Serve. I like all of them. The drivers are very professional, they're very courteous, and they're extremely helpful. And you guys have a great day and stay cool.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Next speaker, Mr. Hennessy.
Commissioner, staff, Dennis Hennessy. I'm not dressed in my bus uniform because I thought maybe you'd pay a little bit more attention to me if you didn't think I was just a bus driver. I'm a coach operator. I've been in your system for 14, going on 15 years. Let me start off. I usually come before you with security issues, but I know that's a mood point because you guys really don't care. What we need is transit police. But what I can tell you, in the limited amount of time that the new company has been providing services, the routes that I do, 3 days on Flamingo and 1 day on Maryland Parkway, I'm seeing a presence. I would go 4 or 5 weeks and not see a marksman guard. Every day I have an encounter twice, and I've spoken with the security people that are here and given some feedback. The reason I'm here today is something that I guarantee you none of you know about, and I'm doubtful if any of you know about, but I want to start off by saying your fleet services manager, Julio Ortiz, he's on top of this. He's reacted to this from the minute one. So in no way, shape, or form is this lie on his, he was made aware of this 2 days before the 4th of July, and we're already getting reactions. So I don't want any ramifications coming back on him. The problem is, 6 weeks ago, our people at TransDev, the safety department, maintenance, they were notified, and whether, MJ, do you know the problems we're having with the 23 buses with their lunging? It's an incredible safety hazard. You'll be at a stop, you'll be at a stoplight with your foot on the brakes, and the bus lunges. Okay, that's a serious issue. No drivers are immune from an accident. Nobody's even mentioned a word until Kevin Schubert finally, I guess, it wasn't there last night, he says they're posted now, memos informing drivers. Okay, but then again, I was misled yesterday, making me feel as if there's a solution. In talking to Julio today, the meeting with Cummins and the transmission company is happening right now. So there's no solutions, but there are some temporary fixes. So I come to you, MJ, and to your staff, because based on how you guys respond to me after the meeting, because I know you can't during the meeting, is those 23s need to be pulled off the road until the fixes happen. Some 22s it's happening to as well, 60-footers. They need to be pulled off the road. There needs to be communication, but then again, Kevin and TransDev, they're waiting for the giant wizard to come out behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz to tell them what to do, or click their heels and it's going to be done. That's not the case. I would think that you guys would see that usually past behavior leads to future behavior. That's what's going on with TransDev now. Bottom line, somebody needs to come and assure me, or I'm going to go to the news media this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hennessy. Next speaker. And if you wish to testify, please line up. There's 2 microphones.
Morning, my name is William Lynn. I'm the new president of Local 18U, Local 1637. Obviously, we have some issues. More line that we'll discuss more further. But this is a big issue at hand right now. And we have a new team. We're trying to work with it, get it all fixed. So hopefully you guys just listen to what's said. Dennis will probably be running our rally committee from now on. So you're going to hear from him a lot. So if we can get ahead of it, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, and congrats on your new position. Anyone else wishing to provide testimony? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the second public comment period, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.